does it really blow ass?
Okay, it's been a long time since I've done something on YouTube, so here's a new thing, where I take movies that have a really bad rep, risk my sanity by sitting through them, and decide if their infamy is justified. And what better place to start than the pariah of a comic book film known as Batman and Robin. Believe it or not, this will be my first time seeing this movie beginning to end. I had caught snippets on TV way back when, but never sat through it all. To be honest, it didn't look that bad. It just seemed to have a so bad it's good aura to it. I actually wanted to watch it before Dark Knight Rises came out, so I could compare how both Batman series came to a close, but just couldn't find a copy in time. But here's one now. And since this is a fresh perspective of someone seeing it 17 years later, I decided to have pen and paper handy to cobble down my thoughts. Basically, I'll wind up MSTing the damn thing. So it's just me, this abortion of a Batman movie, and on top of my TV, Maggie Simpson, Grimlock, and a couple sailors sent she for moral support. Look at Ray. That says it all. Okay, here we go. It's going in. Don't think I won't do it, people! Don't think I won't! Okay, the thing with the WB logo and the icy Batman symbol was cool. Seriously, no pun intended. Oh god! Necro VMX wasn't kidding about the cod pieces. An ill omen. Nice Batmobile, though. But Clooney's a tad bug-eyed in the Batsuit.
This is why Superman works alone.
He's calling himself Mr. Freeze.
Wow, shitty intro for the new villain. Show, don't tell, remember?
I'm afraid that the condition
Not too cool when they finally do show Arnie. The action does feel like the 60s show with a better budget, though not quite as fun. Okay, why a rocket?
Feel it coming? The ice cold of space.
As much as I still love Arnie, somehow he can't act worth a shit here. Mothwings. Tix Buddy does it better. Cowabunga. Really?
But I still have high hopes.
And now, Uma Thurman. Obviously, this is a case of being given nothing to work with. Yeah, your stereotypical mad scientist. No points for mentioning the limbic system. Holy shit. Uma's not even Poison Ivy yet, but this vein is already making me lament how we didn't get a Nolanified Ivy and Bane.
I have spent my life trying to protect plants from extinction.
I reiterate, Uma was given nothing. She didn't even try to make this shit work. Okay, so Ivy emerges from a mini volcanic eruption. I want a Nolanified Ivy more than ever. The dreaded sing-along? No comment.
Actually, I'm looking for Alfred Pennyworth.
Surprise, surprise, not giving a shit about Silverstone. I just noticed the skull codpiece. Beat Peter Griffin to it. Grape ape, grape ape. Oh, it's Ivy, never mind. A gorilla suit striptease. This Poison Ivy couldn't titillate a death row inmate, just saying. I remember that brief interaction with Uma and Arnie. One of the better acted bits, not that that's saying much. That was kinda in the same awesome range as the Begins chase, for a moment or so. Would you believe this is the first time I noticed the damn nipples?
But rather than become a victim, you have done everything in your power to control...
I farted during the exchange between Alfred. Dead serious. Bane in a trench coat. Trendy. Glow-in-the-dark chains. Why? What the hell kind of biker gangs dress like this? I want to fire up Excite Bike now, but I'm using a PS3. Dullest bike race ever. The Alfred dying thing might work if Silverstone would bother to, act, or if anyone else would. Same with Freeze and his wife.
Brother dear.
Hair buns like Sailor Moon. Classy.
Reinforced steel. Not good.
Hey, the three villains thing was working for a few brief seconds here. Credit where it's due.
That is.
Okay, a bit of tension as Freeze and Ivy prepare to act. Quite welcome.
No.
Was it wrong to be briefly reminded of Dark Knight Rises here?
Kill them, of course.
Remember how chilling it was to see Harry Osborn and Electro team up? This scene should have been as foreboding if only Uma and Arnie gave a shit.
It's stage 1 of McGregor syndrome.
Oh, Alfie has the same disease as Mrs. Freeze. Convenient. That slow-mo of Ivy about to blow more dust, that's the most threatening she's been thus far. And I remember being more wary of Nuclear Man from Superman 4. Okay, I just realized. Now I know what the hockey equipment in The Dark Knight was a pot shot at. Silverstone suddenly needs glasses.
You weren't talking about being partners, you were talking about being a family. So I'm asking you.
Clooney couldn't sell that pep talk to Robin at all.
Tonight, hell freezes over.
Damn it, Arnie, do an evil laugh right. Yay! Bat tits!
Sorry, my vines have a crush.
Uma's
on
Ivy looks even worse in red.
You're about to become compost.
The promise of girl-on-girl action still ain't getting it up. Vine Whip? What is this, Pokemon? Doesn't Smash TV need 2 joysticks or something? Wow, the bat hooks go that far? Just want to reiterate, this feels like it should be epic, but meh. And you guys think Batman thumping Bane in Dark Knight Rises was anticlimactic? Grab his belt. Really?
As I told Lady Freeze when I pulled her plug.
And remember, this is before we had iPhones busting sorry asses.
But vengeance isn't power. Anyone can take a life. But to give life, that's true power. A power you once had.
Wow, Clooney, you actually had a moving scene. Too bad it took you the whole damn movie. Yay! Pizza! Running in heels. Did that kill all suspension of disbelief for women? Seriously, I want to know. Well, that was a delightful waste of a Sunday evening with work the next day. Now then, was it truly a bad movie? Well, yeah, but it offended me on a purely intellectual level, leaving me mystified at the absurdity of how it all fit together, and not shaking with rage. It's hard to explain, but all the pieces are here to make a decent movie. The overall plot could have been okay. There was obviously some effort to have a compelling narrative, evidenced by the subplot with Alfred slowly dying, but nothing really came together well, and even the Alfred subplot just backfires. The way it's resolved, with Freeze willfully handing Batman the cure, you can see the seams in how the story was woven up, inviting cynicism, and that's never a good thing. And the way I once thought it might have a so bad it's good vibe, well, there are a few charming gonzo moments I found entertaining, but these are few and far between, and all too often, moments came off as unintentionally zany and silly. Again, I point to the scene where Ivy and Freeze hatched their plan, and compare it to Amazing Spider-Man 2. Some of the best scenes in that movie were when Jamie Foxx and Dane DeHaan were together on screen. It really gave me the sense that shit was gonna go down! And don't forget, only one of them had superpowers at this point, and all they wanted to do was steal some corporate secrets and deprive New York City of power. Freeze and Ivy, however, have plans for the entire world, and the audience just shakes their heads. Some of you out there, no doubt, think I'm thinking too hard about this, and maybe you're right. At the end of the day, it's just a clusterfuck of a movie. The suits at Warner Brothers forced Schumacher to make it all campy and family-friendly and shit, and left him to take the blame for their idiocy. But is it the worst comic book movie of all? No, not by a long shot. Like I said, there are a few entertaining moments, and sometimes I can see shades of the decent film it could have been. Burn me in effigy all you want, but I'd rather sit through this again than, say, Daredevil or Punisher Warzone or 2003 Hulk or Blade Trinity or Ninja Turtles 3 or Superman 3. Regardless, it's a fascinating case study regarding what happens when a major studio cares more about pandering to a certain demographic and selling merchandise than, oh, I don't know, cinematic integrity. And hey, if not for this mess, there'd be no Nolan Batman trilogy. That's gotta count for something!
It stinks!